Hello, friends. I'm your host, Prabjot Singh. Today, I'm going to talk to you on an issue which must be worrying every one of you. It is about the Russian invasion of Ukraine, its impact on the world, not only on the economy, but also on various walks of life, including sports. They were trying to come out of the impact of Omicron pandemic as they were cutting on number of things like holding events without spectators and restricting athletes to undergo tests almost every other day to continue their participation in international events. So a number of such things were taking place. But now this conflict, the armed conflict or the military conflict between Russia and Ukraine has put another major hurdle in conducting international world sports events. The world, you see, always remained divided. And now, not only the 30 NATO countries who are heaping sanctions on Russia for its military attack on Ukraine and also threatening to boycott Russians in every sphere of life. The world is very, very sensitive stage. Is it on the threshold of a third world war? And this is an issue which is agitating all minds. Joining NATO is the International Olympic Committee, which has condemned Russian invasion of Ukraine, saying this is violation of Olympic truce. Olympic truce is following a General Assembly resolution of the United Nations. The resolution was adopted by all 194 member nations of United Nations. They unanimously resolved in December 2021 that 7 days before start of Olympics, 7 days after the conclusion of the Olympic Games, there will be no armed conflicts. All military conflicts or conflicts will be suspended or brought to naught during the period of Olympic truce. But now, IOC says since the Winter Olympic Games have just ended and Paralympic Games are yet to start, they are to start on 4th of March. So they say the Russian invasion is a clear violation of the Olympic truce, to which Russia itself was a member when the resolution was unanimously adopted by the General Assembly of United Nations. And IOC not only condemned this Russian invasion of Ukraine, but also has now directed all international sports federations either to cancel or relocate all those events in which Russia or its ally, Belarusian state, were to participate. So it means whatever events which were to be held or organized by Russia or Belarus shall not be held till further notice. Though no IOC, like International Olympic Committee, event is to be held in either Russia or Belarus in coming months. And IOC also says that at all international sporting events, neither the Russian flag nor the Russian national anthem will be played. So it means Russia should be blanked out of world sporting events. And when the Winter Olympic Games took place in Beijing and which ended just recently, Russia was not allowed to participate. Instead, the Russian Olympic Committee was allowed to participate because there are sanctions against Russia for the doping violations. So for a long time, Russia stands debarred from IOC events. Only Russian Olympic Committee is allowed to represent Russian athletes in Olympics. And whenever a Russian athlete wins a medal, the Russian national anthem is not played, nor the Russian flag is hoisted at the victory ceremony. So in Beijing Winter Olympic Games, where Russian Olympic Committee participated and finished second in overall medals tally by winning 32 medals. Norway was the first with 37 medals. Russia was second with 32 medals, and Germany was third with 27 medals, and Canada was fourth with 26 medals. On none of the occasions when Russian athletes, five of them won gold medals, neither the Russian national anthem was played nor the Russian flag was hoisted. Instead, the flag of Russian Olympic Committee was hoisted. This is a very piquant situation because when United Nations General Assembly passes a resolution, and that too unanimously, it becomes obligatory or mandatory for the member states to follow it in true spirit. And this resolution of 2021 was not the first time. Initially, it was in 2019 also, in December 2019, when the United Nations took a similar stand and said every 2 years, this issue will come up before General Assembly so that every time an Olympic truce is recommended by the General House. It goes back to 1993, in October 1993, when the General Assembly for the first time took it up, said, keep sports free from politics and international conflicts. It was decided, games period, 7 days before the start of Olympics and 7 days after the conclusion of the last ceremony of the Olympic Games or Paralympic Games, there will be an Olympic truce in force. That means specified periods, there'll be no military operations anywhere in the world. And this follows an old Greek practice of ekicheria. That means before start of Olympics, 7 days before start of Olympics, as is the resolution of United Nations of 2021, and 7 days after the conclusion of Olympic Games, all conflicts will be put to halt. And instead, there will be a period of free passage to athletes and an atmosphere be created so that peaceful conduct of Olympic events can be organized. And Equiteria, as per the legendary oracle of Delphi, says cessation of all conflicts and room for friendly athletic competitions for the duration of Olympic truce. But now the world is in a piquant situation. On 4th of March, the Paralympic Games, which is another major event organized by International Olympic Committee, are to be held in Beijing. And incidentally, Beijing is the place where when last Winter Olympic Games were held, and now Paralympic Games are to be held next month, some of the nations, especially the NATO nations, which are now heaping sanctions on Russia, had decided to diplomatically boycott the Winter Olympic Games, saying that China is violating human rights, especially in Uruguay area where a Muslim population lives. America, Canada, and other countries, they didn't send any official delegations to attend opening or closing ceremonies of the games, as is the practice. But Russia and Russian President, Mr. Vladimir Putin, was one of the guests of honor at Beijing Winter Olympic Games. And so was the Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. And India also had not sent any political leader for the ceremonial events of the Winter Olympic Games. Part of the world is saying that Russian invasion of Ukraine is not acceptable because there are other channels to resolve differences. If there is a difference of opinion between Russia and Ukraine, there are forums, diplomatic channels through which these disputes should be resolved. The main grounds of Russia is why Ukraine wants to join NATO, because they think it's a congruent territory and lots of people in Ukraine speak Russian, and they were originally part of Russia or the erstwhile Soviet Union. So they should not sit with the rivals of the Soviet Union or Russia now. the countries like NATO, all led by United States of America and Britain and Germany, and all countries now on the periphery of Russia are members of NATO. So Russia doesn't want another enemy in Ukraine sitting on its borders. So that is the main dispute which led to this Russian invasion of Ukraine. That forced not only NATO, but also IOC to come out with strong condemnation, asking international sports federations to keep Russian flag and Russian anthem out of international events. One of the major events which is scheduled to be held in the coming weeks is the Junior Women World Cup in South Africa. Both Russia and Ukraine are to participate in Junior Women World Cup. Russia is at present ranked 22nd in junior women, and Ukraine is ranked 26th. And both are now confirmed participants in the Junior World Cup, which is to be held from 1st of April till 12th of April. So now, will these two countries participate in the event to be held in South Africa? Or will they withdraw because of the hostilities continuing on their homelands? Both Russia and Ukraine are not in a peaceful state as of now. They are both facing very strong military operations. Will they participate or will they stay away from the tournament? In case they stay away from the tournament, the 16-nation tournament, which is to be held in Potchefstroom in South Africa, the chances of it getting postponed again look imminent. It was postponed last year because of Omicron pandemic. And now, because of these hostilities between Russia and Ukraine, this Junior Women's World Cup is again in a very piquant situation. Will it be held or will it be postponed? Because in case Russia, which is an independent member of International Hockey Federation, it's not Russian Olympic Committee as is the case with International Olympic Committee events, but Russia is a member, and in case Russia participates, Russian flag will be flown there. And in case Russian teams, when they enter the field and play a game, the Russian national anthem will be played. Will, in those cases, the IOC directive stand any good? So these are the questions which coming days will decide. Will International Hockey Federation decide in allowing Russia to participate? And if yes, then under which banner? Will it be under banner of Russian Hockey Federation or will it be still Russia? So these are the questions which are now storming the world of sports. It's not only hockey, but other fields also. The similar situations are coming up. So this is what the world of sports, because of military and political conflicts, its impact is felt on sports. Let's hope the better sense will prevail and both Russia and Ukraine will come to negotiating table and resolve the differences for betterment of the world peace and also for betterment of world of sports. Thank you so very much. And hopefully, if you have any suggestions, please get back to us. Thank you.